Back to my channel, and here we are going to be working on this question 2 of this year 2025 November GCE. And the question as we have here says that figure 2 shows the elevation and incomplete plan of a truncated right square pyramid. And here we now have that we have to draw full size, question A giving elevation, question B complete plan, and question C surface development with RR as the seam. Alright, so that is what we are going to do here right now. So what we have to do first, as I said, is that we have to draw the given elevation. So that is, we have to draw this, and then we have to draw what we have here. So let's go and see how this can be done. So what we have to do first is to draw a vertical center line here. So we are going to draw a vertical center line here. So here we have the vertical center line, so like this. Okay, so here we have it here, and then so we come up a bit and draw a horizontal center line, so which goes like this. Okay, so we have this like this. Okay, now as we have here that the length of side of this square, we are constructing this square first, but the length of side of the square is 45. So how can we construct a square when it is positioned like this? Okay, so what we have to do first is to determine the length of diagonal of this square. So once we get the length of diagonal of this square, then we can go on and construct the square. Alright, so we calculate the length of diagonal of this square, and from my calculation, so the length of diagonal from here to here is 64 millimeters. It's approximately 64 millimeters. So the same thing applies to this, because the length of diagonal from here to here is also the same as from here to here. So what you have to do now, as we have here, so you divide that 64 by 2, and that will give us 32. So 32, so take a measurement of 32 millimeters on the ruler here with the compass. Take 32 millimeters. So this is 32 millimeters. So here we have 32 millimeters. So you bring, so this is 32 millimeters. So put the point here and make an arc here. Okay, make an arc here, and then you make an arc here, then you make an arc here. So we have this. So this point, we are going to join them together to form that square, whose length is 45 millimeters. So we join these 2 points together like this, and then we come here. So we join these 2 points. So we join them together. So join these 2 points together like this, and then these 2 points we also join them together. So we join these 2 points together like this. Okay, and then these 2 points, so we join them together, so we form the square. So here we have the square in place. So if I take the measurement of the length or side of this square, so it should give me 45 or a little bit more, but it's still within what we need. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is that we come up a bit. Okay, we come up a little bit, and we draw a horizontal line. So we draw this horizontal line. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to take the set square, bringing it to this point on the square, and then we draw a vertical line to this point. Okay, so we also come to this point here, we draw a vertical line to touch this line. Alright, so the height of the pyramid, the total height of the pyramid from here to here is 60 millimeters. So while for us to draw this cutting plane, so the cutting plane touch the center line at this point, which is 35 millimeters from the base. So let's take a measurement of 60 millimeters on this line. I will take 60 millimeters. Okay, this is 60 millimeters, and from the base I will take 35 millimeters up on the center line. So we have this. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to connect these 2 points together. So connect this point with the apex of the cone of the pyramid, and I will also do the same thing here. So connecting this point here with the apex of the pyramid. So we have this. Okay, so now, so the next thing that we are going to do is to draw the cutting plane. So the cutting plane is at angle 30 degrees to the horizontal as we see it here. Okay, so what we have to do now with our 30 degree set square, so we set it on the T-square like this. Okay, set it like this on the T-square. So at this point where we have here as 35 millimeters for that measurement that we have taken, so we are going to draw this line. So we draw this line, so for the cutting plane, so we have it like this. Okay, so this is the cutting plane. So this is cutting plane TT. So let's put TT here. Okay, Alright, so we have this. Okay, so this part is cut off, so the rest that we have left here, so we are going to make this line, make it a thick line from here to here, and we also make this a thick line from here down here like this. Okay, so then we also make this a thick line from here to here. Okay, so we have this. Okay, and then so this line has to be made a thick line because we can see this corner, so we are going to make this, we make this a thick line from here to here. Alright, so we have completed the front elevation as we have here. So I'm going to number this point. So this point I'll call it point 1, and this is point 2 here, here is point 3, okay, and here is point 4. So here we have point 4 here. Okay, so we have point 4 at this point. Okay, by number this is 1, and this will be 2 comma 4. Okay, and this is point 3 here. Alright, so we have that. So the next thing that we are going to do is to draw the complete plan. So complete plan, it says that this part is cut off, so we are going to have a rough surface here, so we need to show it here in the plan. So how do we show that? So what we are to do now is that we are going to draw a vertical line from this point. This is line 1, so this is line 1. So if we draw a vertical line from this point on the line, so where the cutting plate touches this line here, so we draw a vertical line down. So we take a vertical line down, so it touches this line 1 at this point. So we have this point here now. Okay, alright, so let's take note of that. Then for this point that we have here, so it's a straight line. So for us to locate point 2 and 4, so what we have to do is to come up here and we draw a horizontal line from here to touch this line, and then so we are going to take this distance with the compass. So from this point, take your compass and take this distance from here to here. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so then we come to the center here, so we make an arc here. This is for 4. Okay, and then we make an arc down here. This is for 2. So here we have this point for 4, and this point we have it for 2. And last one is for 3. So we come to this point. Okay, so we draw a vertical line down from this point to touch this line. At this point here, we have it to be point 3. So this is point 3 here. So we are going to join this point together. So we join this point. So we join them together like this. Okay, so and then we join this point together. Okay, then this point, we join them together. And then these 2 points, we join them together. Alright, so we have this. Next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to hash this surface. So we are going to hash this surface, so with 45 degrees square to show the roughness of that surface. So we hash the surface. So hatching lines are equally spaced and they are drawn within continuous line. So as I'm doing it here. Alright, so I've done this several times. So you have been watching my videos, so you have seen how I've been doing this. Okay. Alright, so we have this, and then another thing that we need to do is that this line, we need to make it a thick line. Okay, so we also need to make this a thick line from here down here, and also so this line, so we make it a thick line, so the edges on the pyramid, and we also make this line a thick line. So we have completed the plan as we have it here. So the next thing that we are asked to do is to make the surface development of this pyramid, so which is very simple. So what we are to do is that we are not looking for the true length because of the way the base is positioned, so we already have this line to be the true length. We already have it to be the true length. So you can see videos where I explain how to get how to obtain the true length of a square pyramid. So I have a video on my channel like that, so you can just look for it and watch it. So now, so we are not looking for the true length. So this time from here to here is the true length. So I'll call this point. This is point O here. So what we are to do now is that, so we come up here now, and then we are going to draw a horizontal line. So here we draw a horizontal line like this. Okay, and then so this point is point O here. So here I have point O at this point. Okay, so now, so the next thing that I'm going to do is that I will take the true length. So the true length, that is distance from this point, so to this point here with the compass. Okay, so we take this distance like this, and then so bring it to this point. So put it the pinpoint here at point O here and draw an arc like this. Okay, okay, so we draw an arc here. Okay, so next thing that we are opening from here. So we are opening from here. So this is the seam where we are cutting from. So this is RR. Okay, okay, so at this point here I have 1 here. Okay, so this is point 1. So what we are to do now is that we take the length or side of the square base of the pyramid. So take this distance. Okay, so put the pinpoint here. Okay, so make an arc here. This is 1. Then bring it to this point. So we have what we have 2, and bring it to this point. So we have 3. Okay, and last one put at this point. Then we have what we have 4 here. Okay. All right, so here we are going to have 1 1. When we go around, we are going to have 1, and we also have 1 here. So after this one, we have what we have 2. So this is 2, and then here we have what we have. So here we have what we have. So after 1, so we have what we have 2. We are moving like this. So we have 2, then followed by what? Followed by 3, and then then coming up here, we have this one to be 4. Okay. So that is it. So that's what we have there. So the next thing that we are going to do is that we are joining this point together. So join this point 2 with point O here. Okay. Alright, so then we join point 3 with point O here. Okay. Then we join point 4 with point O. Okay. Then so point 5. So we join it with point 1 here. We join it with point O here. Alright, so the next thing that we are going to do is that we take the compass. Okay, so we are opening from here. So we just want to remove this part. So from this point to this point for 1. So take this distance for 1. So and bring it to this point. Okay, so make an arc here on 1, and make an arc here on this side on 1. Then next is 2 4. So put it here. So from here to this line on 2 4. So take this distance. So bring it to this point. Okay, so make an arc here on 4. Make an arc here on 2. Then last one is 3. So here we have what for 3. So we have what we have this point. So we have this point. So take this distance. So put it at 3 here at point O, and make an arc here on 3. So we have this one. So this point we are going to join them together with straight lines. Okay, so we join this together, and then so this one we also join this together. Okay, so for this, so we join these 2 points together, and then these 2 points, so we join them together as we have here. Okay, so then we are also going to make this a straight line. So you join this point together, a straight line. These 2 points, so you join them together with a straight line. Okay, so these 2 points here, so you join them together with a straight line. Okay, so these 2 points here, join them together with a straight line. So we have this. So and then this line, you need to make it a thick line, and this line also we make it a thick line like this. Okay, so and then this line we also make it a thick line. So this line we also make it a thick line from here to here, and then lastly this line we make it a thick line from here to here. So here we have the surface development of the pyramid. It's as simple as I've done it here. All you have to do is to practice. Thank you. Keep on practicing, and God bless you.